So, as I was referring to in one of the videos, last week something exceptionally scary happened to me. It was probably one of the most scary things that happened to me in my life. It's taken me a while. My body's still getting over stuff. And, I normally take my pills every day. I have a regime where I go in the kitchen and I get my pills. I go into on the top of the fridge and get what I need there, and I have my whole regime here in front of me that I have as well. I've always, without incident, I've never had any incidents. And last week I did. I took my pills, and I have some that are, they don't break down. It breaks down in my stomach, well, my intestines, if they break down or they come out of me whole, or intact, should I say, because it's too thick to try to break down. But my body keeps trying. Sometimes it's a hit and a miss. So I took the pill back and didn't think anything of it, and all of a sudden I went to try to breathe and I couldn't. I knew immediately when I took it something was wrong. And that when I tried to breathe, I couldn't. I couldn't cough, nothing. Nothing was happening. And so I thought, well, give it a second or two, it'll probably just go down. And so I just waited a bit and, sort of rubbed my chest and no. I got up and I have third degree level first aid and CPR. And I got up and I did the Heimlich maneuver on myself, twice standing. It wasn't working. I looked around really quickly to find out what I could impale myself on, to underneath the xiphoid process and underneath, and to get it up and out. I knew at that point it was serious because I couldn't breathe. There was no air, not a stitch of air coming in, nothing. And I felt I was going to be sick, and I thought, oh Lord, if I'm sick, that's a problem. We've got some major problems right here now. So I got up and I moved very quickly. I knew I was in trouble. Big trouble. I was, during the middle of the day, nobody's normally here in the middle of the day except for me. I knew that I had to do one of two things: get through that door right there. Get to the door, get through the door, and start banging on doors for anybody to help me. You see that picture right there? That picture right there. On that table. That's a picture of my dad in his suit and his all all decked out, because they were doing an interview with my dad, because he had invented a way to help deaf people feel when there's a fire, when there's a fire alarm, and when they need to get out of the building. And they did a whole thing on him, and what a wonderful man he was to develop something like this within fire prevention. So I have the article, and that's where it is. Proud of him for so many things, but I'm so proud of him for that. Oh, I should have brought Kleenex, I knew it. I'm so proud of him for that. Because he saved countless of lives just by doing that, because this was years ago. Like years ago. And he had the smarts to think about that. I made it to the table. I realized I wasn't going to get through that door. It wasn't going to happen. I knew I had one chance at this. One shot. And I know I should have gotten. Oh, sorry, Bob. I didn't even see you there. Sorry. I didn't think I was going to get this emotional again. Try to do this without getting emotional. Maybe a little slower. I knew I wasn't going to get to that door. I didn't have enough air in me. I was already starting to feel very dizzy and very woozy. Exceptionally woozy. And I knew I had one shot at doing the Heimlich maneuver one more time. And that was it. Whether it worked or not, that was it. Strange thing, when I was thinking all of that in my head, was that I know there is something on the other side. I absolutely know it. Without question. Without question. People say, how do you know that? I know that. No question. The sound around me left. There was no sound. None. It just disappeared. My phone was ringing twice and I didn't even hear it. The TV was on and I didn't hear that. My fans and my air conditioner, everything was on and I didn't hear that. I didn't hear, NP was barking. And I didn't hear a thing. Not one sound. The only sound I heard was a sound off in the distance. Close enough. It felt close but far. Was this either a woman or a girl or a was singing. And I can't tell you what song. I have no idea. I can tell you it was beautiful because I actually stopped and listened to it because I love music. And this was such a beautiful sound to me anyways, and it was so calming and it was peaceful. I didn't have any worries. I just focused on that sound and how beautiful it was. And I wanted to know more about that sound. I really did. But then something jogged me on back and said, "Stupid, get your shit together because you need to get this out of you." So I cupped my hands together, my fists, and I gave myself the biggest punch up that I possibly could as I was falling down. And the pill came flying out, like literally a rocket flying out of my mouth. I landed across the floor, almost hit the door. And I had one knee already down, and the other one was going, and I had one hand up. And it was up like that, but it was on. Right in front of my father's picture, so that when I turned to push myself up, I could see, and I looked right at my father in his eyes. I know it just wasn't my time yet. That's for sure. Performing the Heimlich maneuver on yourself is so very difficult. And most of the times it's not successful. So I got up and I cried. And I cried. And I made it to this chair. And I talked to a friend who just so happened to send me a message. And I started sending him videos of me and how distraught I was. I could hardly speak because it was so much pain in here, this part. It was like a bad sore throat, but down. I ended up calling my doctor. I had to see my eye doctor because all the vessels in my eyes had broke. And she had to see if they had gone further. Both of them told me that I was exceptionally lucky to even be here. My brain was out oxygen for a while. I don't find it was luck. I know my angels were by my side. And they were there, helping me get this out. It was one of the most horrific things that I've ever been through, is not being able to breathe at all. I've had moments where I haven't been able to breathe. Well, I've been able to breathe, but it's been difficult to breathe. But I've never in my life had a moment where I've never been able to actually take a breath in or anything like that. I had my head hurt so bad afterwards, and it would, because, as my doctor said, the lack of oxygen to my brain hurt my head and made my migraines so much worse. And it's only now that I'm starting to come out of it a little bit more. My head still hurts. It's like a whole head thing. And just try to stay quiet. It puts a new perspective on life. As my birth mother said, I wasn't ready to go, and I fought like hell to stay here. I could have just as easy went further to see what that meant and investigate what that beautiful music was. Because it was so beautiful. It was really so beautiful. I can't even explain to you how beautiful, because there's really nothing that I can compare it to here. I can't it just was so beautiful. And I know songs, I know music. And I didn't know this. This was nothing I knew, and I can't even tell you what it was. I can't even hum anything from it. And just as fast as I took that massive breath of air was the moment that, the fans, everything, I could hear everything again. And I couldn't hear that music. The music went away. I think I was given a choice. I could stay. I could just as easily go. And I didn't want to go anywhere. It's a sobering thought. And I never want to have it happen ever again in my life. Ever. Ever. I wanted to, at that point, yell to the rooftops. I wanted to be transported to Mount Everest and tell every single person that I knew that I loved them so very much, and how much they mean to my life. And I didn't want to go another moment without telling them. I told everyone. Even people I don't even know, I told them. I want everybody to know how much they mean to me, and how much I love them, and how much I care. That's important. Was a huge takeaway for me, is love. And telling people you love them, no matter what. Please don't squabble. Because you never know what's going to happen from one moment to the next. Don't squabble. Tell the ones you love them.
When you're hurting, I want you to know that you'll never have to hurt alone. When your faith is running low, I'll never lose faith in you. When the night's around you and you think that no one cares about you, I will go and throw my arms around you. I'll be there through whatever you go through. I'm standing with you, and whatever you go to, I'll stand beside you. And when you think that all the odds are all against you, and you just feel like giving up, well, I won't let you. Through whatever you go through, I'm standing with you. I'm standing with you. Well, I've got times when we can't be strong, when it feels like our hope is gone. But I'm right here to lean on. I'm almost too strong for you. And when you're feeling broken and it seems like every door is closing, I want you to know that mine is always open. I'll be there through whatever you go through. I'm standing with you through whatever you go to. I'll stand beside you. And when you think that all the odds are all against you, and you just feel like giving up, well, I won't let you. Through whatever you go through, I'm standing with you. I'm standing with you. Nothing you can do can move me. You can try, but you can't lose me. You can't lose me. Through whatever you go through, I'm standing with you. And whatever you go to, I'll stand beside you. And when you think that all the odds are all against you, and you just feel like giving up, well, I won't let you. Through whatever you go through, I'm standing with you. 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 I'm standing with you.